Hey everybody, this is Travis and Kathy from the Steel Magnolia. I wanted to share with you today my bed deck build in my 2012 Prius V. And we built this so that it would accommodate me, that if I'm out solo by myself, which doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does, and it can easily accommodate both Kathy and I together. So I wanted to make sure that I had an option. Now what I did, I removed both rear seats from the Prius, and I have the option of putting the left rear seat in or out if I know that I'm going to be on a solo weekend trip or whatever and just need the one bed, because it's nice to have that extra seat in the back if you're going to be gone a few days. So Miss Kathy, if you'll take a look inside, I'm going to step around to the other side and we'll start putting this together, and we're going to start by putting your side together first.
Okay.
You can see that I've got this piece that I've mounted here in the middle, and then I also have an upright on either side, and basically it's set up so that the structure is carried on the wood and the floor, not necessarily in the plastic that it's attached to. We're going to put our forward bed supports in, and I've got it set up so that it can be one or both. So if I'm by myself and I've got the seat over here on the left hand side, I don't have to have this bar in. That's going to drop into there. That drops into place, and that's all we need to do there. This one is attached. It has two posts that go down, two leg supports, and those are bolted to the floor. So this is sort of a permanent setup here. All right, let me get the piece that goes in on this side. All right, this is what it looks like. You can see the floor mount here. All right, so I want to show how this inserts, and again, this was built so that I could easily put the left-hand side together and easily take it out. So this fits inside this part right here, and the leg is going to attach down here. Okay, so that simply slides in there, and the leg goes down into its position, and the bolt goes in the floor to hold that in position. And you can use a socket or whatever you want to use, or a wrench to tighten it up, and right now it's just temporary. Okay, then this piece goes in. Make sure that if you remove this, that you put these three blue locking tabs back in place. Sometimes they'll stick to the floor. So basically that goes in around the bottom.
You might want to tell again how you cut out around the leg.
I did have to do a cutout here, and that's so I can access the bolt down here. Otherwise I can't get it. Now it would be possible to notch this out further, and I would not even have to remove this piece to put the bed deck in or take it out, but I chose not to do that because it's easy enough to get out, easy enough to put back in. So I'm actually going to drop it back into position. Okay, so we are done there. I ended up building this in several different stages, and if I were doing it all over again, there's a couple of things I would do a little different, but all in all, this is the basic plan. It works out good for me. I'm going to start by showing you on Kathy's side. You will notice how this is made. And there's a matching groove here. That basically drops in there. That drops in. That lays into place. And that's it. It's in there. So if I want to put this side in, and what I'm going to do is remove this one. You can see that's very easy to do, and this can be done from either side. And I'm going to line up those locks. That drops into place. It's locked into place and it's ready to go. And it'll support my full weight. And again, to put Kathy's in, that drops into place. Done deal. And there's enough room here that I can pull the seats all the way back if I had to drive in a hurry for whatever reason. And it's not as much room up front as I would need, but I've got enough room up front to be able to drive the vehicle successfully if we were having to evacuate from an area in the middle of the night or something. So I'm going to take this back apart. That pops out. This lifts up, and that can store here for travel. It can sit like that and store for travel with all this room for packing and everything. So lots of options available, and I'm just real pleased with the way all this has worked out. So except for this deck over here, there are no tools needed to set this up or take it down. And if I were going to have this set up full-time for 2 people, for Kathy and I, then I would not have built this in 2 pieces. This would have all been one single piece. But having the versatility, that's a good thing.
Since I'm not retired yet.
Yes, you got 4 years to go, baby, 4 years. Plus, we have 2 other campers and a motorhome, so we're ate up with camping vehicles. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's beneficial. Hope it gives you some ideas. And this is Travis along with Kathy down at the Steel Magnolia. Thanks. Appreciate your time for joining in. Hey everybody, it's Travis down at the Steel Magnolia, and hot and sweaty, so bear with me. I wanted to show you what I've built for the rear of the Prius, and this is a mount that will hold my Alpicool 30-quart refrigerator freezer. It runs off 12 volts, and just to give you a quick look here, and the unit itself will sit here and this slides in. So give me a moment, let me put the unit in there and show you what it looks like. Okay, the unit is sitting in the tray, and I've got a retainer strap that'll go on it, but it's blocked in on all 4 sides on the bottom. But basically the way this thing is going to work is that you just reach up in here, pull it out. So now you have access to it. Opening the door. The other thing that's built in is that while we're sitting here trying to do a little lunch, we can also pull out a little table that can be used for making sandwiches and whatever. It's not designed to hold much weight, but it gives you an instant table. Now let's close this up, push it back in, and we'll go look from the inside. And it's got clearance underneath so that my wife will have leg room underneath for sleeping. My side raises up since I require a little more room than she does. and it has a fixed point here on both sides. You can see the bolt there and the bolt going in the side wall there. Those go into a fixed hard point. The other two mounting points for the frame are right here, looking to the left side. You can see it right there. And there you go, getting set up. We'll be using it this weekend, and so far I've been really pleased with this Alpicool 30 quart refrigerator freezer. It runs between 3 and 4 amps at 12 volts, not much at all. So we've already ran it for 24 hours while we were out in the car one night sleeping, except we had it sitting on the bed, which was a bit of a problem. But in any case, the deed is done. Excellent. All right, Prius V. This is Travis down at the Steel Magnolia.